Horton. There we go. All righty. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Collaborating Connections. We are an offshoot of TTR Networking to the Rescue Networking. We've been around for 4 years, and TTR Networking, actually, this is our anniversary week right here for 4 years on the dot. So here's where you insert the woohoo, Jennifer.
Okay. Sorry. A late reaction. It's been a long day. What can I tell you?
No problems. So TTR to the Rescue Networking has been around for 10 years. We, of course, we started out in Central Indiana meeting in live groups, and there are about 14 or 15 groups currently within the TTR networking under the umbrella. But since COVID, we have gone virtual with Collaborating Connections and have been meeting via Zoom call, which is absolutely wonderful for me and us, I think, because we get to include wonderful, awesome entrepreneurs and business owners and professionals from all over, not just those located close by in Central Indiana. So with that being said, welcome everybody to September's first meeting. We have monthly themes for our business networking meetings, and the theme for this month is the 60-second elevator pitch. So I hope that everybody has introductory elevator pitch, and we usually do a roundtable introductions, give everybody a chance to introduce themselves and their business. So we'll look forward and listen extra special tonight to the details of those introductions and pitches. We also invite you to share what type of a referral you are looking for. When we gather and meet on a weekly basis, we not only get to know each other's businesses and what we're about, but we get to know each other personally and build some relationships. And that's the best part of TTR networking, of Collaborating Connections, is that we're not just talking about our business and, you know, hoping to get a boatload of referrals out of it, but we are sharing a little bit extra, going a little bit more in depth and building some wonderful relationships so that when we do give referrals, we can share that, you know, I know this individual well. I meet with them on a weekly basis, or I've met with them on a live Zoom call, and I've really gotten to know and understand what it is, what's special about their business. And I think that they would be a wonderful contact for you. So with that being said, we're going to get started with our roundtable introductions. And I happen to know that Bryn Cochran needs to spin off a little early tonight to take care of her family, but I want to give her the opportunity to share. So Bryn, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Dawn. I appreciate it. My name is Bryn Cochran. I am a shelter insurance agent. I specialize in home and auto. And tonight I was simply going to just tell you a little bit about what I do as an agent and how I connect with all my customers and sometimes potential customers. One of the things that I like to do is post on chatter sites, let people know that I am an agent in Brownsburg, Indiana, but I can write business throughout the state of Indiana. So wherever there's a town that doesn't have a shelter agent, I'm targeting. So it's one of the ways I get my business name out there. I also like to do advertising in my hometown. So I'm from a small town called Liston, Indiana. So I'm about 20 miles west of Brownsburg, even though I work within Brownsburg. So we have a little community called the Tri-West Northwest Hendricks County Community Schools Districts. So I try to put money toward our youth leagues and in the high schools. So it's a way for me to be able to connect. My kids are in the school district as well. So that helps me to connect with the parents and the teachers and the staff in the high school and the middle schools and the elementary schools. So those are just different places that I'm kind of reaching out to and getting my name in the community. And so, yeah, so Bryn Cochran, Shelter Insurance, Home and Auto.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Bryn.
You are very welcome.
Does anyone have any questions or comments that they would like to share with Bryn at this time? Any questions about home or auto insurance?
I have a question. With the hurricane that went through Louisiana, does that affect your rates when big catastrophes happen in another?
So the way that works is there's actually, rates are so different and every single company does things a little bit differently, but our rates are actually controlled by the Indiana Insurance Commissioner. And so the Missouri has a commissioner. Every state has its own commissioner. So that's kind of how our rates are delegated. And there's this big pool of money. And so every company that operates within that state is at some point going to have to raise their rates to accommodate this pool of money that's set aside for different disaster reliefs like hurricanes, flooding, anything like that. So to say that if a hurricane happens, or the, I'm sorry, like with Ida, it's not like because your home was destroyed, we're going to send you a bill for a higher homeowner's insurance policy, or that, you know, in another state, their policies are going to be affected. However, in a couple of years, you might see your homeowner's rates rising if your company was one of the companies that were badly hit or affected in those areas. So not immediately would you feel the effects if your company was, you know, I guess one of the companies that were hit the hardest. But eventually you probably would. It's definitely not a black and white answer. That's the one thing about insurance. It's really hard. There's not a black and white answer. There are very gray areas. But to answer your question, at some point, depending on the company, you may see an increase. I hope that was helpful, Nancy.
Yeah, that was. It was. I always wondered about that.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I was wondering about the chatterbox that you said that you advertise with or you go on. What is that?
So if you go on to Facebook, there's different communities that have offered chat sites. So I'm a part of Brownsburg Chatter. And so there's like 25,000 people that are on this chatter site and they check it periodically. You can either sell things on it or you can actually give announcements. A lot of the schools will like promote youth leagues and things like that on there, but it's a great opportunity to advertise your business as well. And some of the chatter sites, like the one in Pittsburgh, they're a little bit more strict than the one in Brownsburg, but they always approve your ads and they have different dates that you can advertise sales and things like that. So it's like a kind of and it's free too.
Does it require you to be in a particular geographic area to participate in the neighborhood chatter?
Not necessarily. So again, every chatter is a little bit different. Some of them are a little bit more strict. I'm sure you guys can imagine some of the conversations that would go on a chatter spot. Some of the people who man them, they kind of try really hard to make sure that we're either within a community, but some chatter spots, they let you do wherever you're from, you can come in. As long as you're abiding by their rules, then you're fine.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, Bryn.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Shelly Horton, are you ready to tell us about yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Shelly, and I'm a Avon independent sales rep since 2014. And right now we're looking for people to come on board at zero cost. Matter of fact, right now we have a special that ends today if you want to get any products. Free shipping, orders $25 and up. So that's a good deal. And we just want people 18 and up that's looking for something on the side. And especially with me having a limited ability to get around, it's something that helps me. I don't have to go door to door. I can do everything online. And your customers can go online and you can talk to them on the phone and stuff. So if you know anyone that maybe has limitations, tell them, give me a call. Shelly Horton.
Awesome. Thank you, Shelly. Does anyone have any questions at this time for Shelly Horton about herself or her Avon product line? All righty. Well, I'm just going to add, I went ahead and got in my order yesterday to take advantage of that free shipping. So was a little disappointed that there were a couple of my favorite products that I no longer found available on the site, but I still found enough good stuff to put in my shopping cart. So let's see, we will move on to Stacey Schamberger Smith. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business? Okay, maybe not. We'll come back to Stacey.
Sorry.
No problem. We'll come back to you. Dion Robinson, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am. So I am Dion Robinson. I am with Color Street. Color Street is 100% nail polish in a strip. It's easy to apply and it's easy to remove with nail polish remover. 16 strips come in each package. And a lot of times I just did a vendor event this weekend and I was telling people how you can possibly save strips because you have just 10 fingers, but guess what? You don't have to use all the strips. So you can do mix and match with the sets. So each set comes in different shades. There's different shades, colors. You can make your own kind of style. So I'm looking for women, some men, but women 18 and older who want to join, have the experience. September, we're having, you get 5 extra sets in the kit. So they're doing that special again for September. If you're interested in hosting, having a nail bar, which is a party, also doing that. So, and if you know anybody in Canada, we have just gone international. So we are there now. And so we are just getting bigger and bigger. So once again, I'm Dion with Color Street.
Awesome. Thank you, Dion. Does anyone have any questions at this time for Dion Robinson or about Color Street nails?
Okay, I have a whole bunch of pieces I had left over in my freezer. How do I use them once they're in the freezer?
Yeah, did you put them back in the package and seal it up? Okay,
when
so it's just
seal it up. They're in a glass jar.
Okay, if it's not vacuum sealed, it might be just dried out just because it has to be kind of sealed because it's nail polish. So it doesn't matter about just being in the freezer. It has to be sealed so air doesn't get to it.
How do you vacuum seal them?
Well, I mean, I was just wondering if yours is that. What I do, I put it back in the plastic and then I flat iron or seal it with a lighter, the plastic, to keep it that way. And then when I'm ready, and then I put it in the freezer, and then when I'm ready, I take it out, prepare my nails, and then it gets room temperature, and then they're ready to go. So I'm going to say they're about 95% the same as when you first open them, but you have to try to get most of the air out before and then seal it.
Okay, I'll have to pull them out and see if they made it.
Yeah. And my question is, how long will they last in there?
Now that one I cannot say positively, because I use them, I get it back out and I just rotate it. I'm like, oh, I want this one, and then I'm done with that package. So I've had it in there like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll say like that. I know that it still worked, but I cannot say the length of time because I've never kept it in longer than that.
So my Christmas designs from last year may not have survived.
I don't know. You just might have to see. And
mine have lasted at least 6 months. I think that's the longest that that I've gone. And I have reused some that I didn't seal well. And while they still were the adhesive or the stickiness, I could still apply them, but they certainly didn't last on my nails for more than, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. They just weren't, the adhesive was not as good anymore when they weren't properly sealed up. So the sealing is important, I'd say, and yeah, I've sealed them and come back to them after at least 6 months, still being able to do that. I learned my lesson the hard way.
Yeah. So Dion, now with that, are the new Christmas designs out yet?
Not yet. They just came out with the Halloween ones. So not yet.
So I have a question. What is the benefit of using this over regular nail polish? Is it just because you can do it at home, or?
Well, with Color Street, since it's so easy to put on, I can put it on right before bedtime. When I want to change my nail colors, I can just do it right away. I don't have to worry about messing it up. Like with my daughter, she always wanted her nails painted. And then as soon as I finished, she would mess it up and, Mommy, can you do it again? I don't have time to do it again, girl. So, but with the Color Street, it's like, oh, I put it on. She's like, oh yeah, this is good. And we can match. So that's why I love it. And plus then I can have different styles, different colors, designs, mix and match. I don't have to go to a salon to do that. Plus this with Color Street, it's a fraction of the cost, and it's nail polish, but it lasts 10 to 14 days, just depends on what you're doing, how much you're working with your hands too. So
it is actually nail polish on there.
Yeah, it's 100% nail polish.
So something that I'll add that I like, there are even clear nail strips. Even if you wanted the clear look, you could be protecting your natural nails from chipping or breaking easily by having the clear nail strip on top of it. But I'm the gal who likes to mix and match, put designs together or whatever. So it's really cool. And now that I've mastered it, I feel like, I don't want to pay all that money to go to the manicurist. So I've really enjoyed them. But I'm sure that you get lots of responses from your clients, Dion, as far as.
Yeah, it can go over acrylics. I mean, it's nail polish, so it can go on acrylics. It can go on gels, just if you want to change your style. There's one when you need a fill, we put the strip over the top and then it kind of hides it so you can go longer. If that's to save you on that way. I mean, there's different tips and tricks that people have done because I was doing my vendor event. So I don't know, it's not coming in too clear. Okay, there it is. So I have nail polish that I had underneath this, and it was coming, you know, like it had grown, my nail had grown. So I put this on top, and see, you can't even tell that it has something underneath. So I did that on my vendor event this weekend. So it just kind of hides it. So it's just different ways that I love it. I fell in love with it because I don't do my hair, you know, go to the salon to get my hair done. I don't wear a lot of makeup, but when I have my nails done, I feel extra pretty.
Okay. Cool. Are there any other questions for Dion? All righty, we will move on. Stacey Schamberger Smith, are you ready now to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am, Don. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Stacey Schamberger Smith. I am a pharmacist. My background is a pharmacist with over 28 years of experience, but I partner with Tava Lifestyle. It's a global network marketing company that is Black owned. I think it's the only Black owned network marketing company that's out there. We are international as well. We're in Canada, and we just went live in Jamaica last month in July. Well, 2 months ago now in July. My current position is executive director. I was promoted to that last month, so I'm super excited about that. We have 4 products on the market right now. I think we're gonna have 2 more coming out in October at our annual meeting, 2-year anniversary meeting in Texas. The products are all natural and plant-based or vegan friendly. We have a Bacia Detox Tea. You just take 1 sachet of this, you mix it in a bottle of water, you shake it up and you drink it. The tea has antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, as well as immune stimulating properties. People don't realize that you carry around about 10 to 20 pounds of waste just sitting in your gut. And this tea is gonna cleanse all that out. It's gonna cleanse your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, your colon is gonna cleanse everything. Basically just it's gonna scrub the walls inside your gut, cleanse everything out. So all that good barbecue ribs we had this past weekend, you get to something to see and cleanse all that waste out your gut. So you make you feel your best self. And of course, when you detox, you're gonna lose some of the good stuff with the bad. So we have the liquid vitamin here, the Ballet 30. It means vitamin and liquid energy for 30 days. It's packed with all the right nutrients that your body needs to function properly. The vitamin B to give you natural energy, the vitamin D to help boost your immune system, glucosamine to help preserve your joint health, as well as a lot of antioxidants in it to help lower your risk of several different diseases. Even children can take this. 1 capful is all what's required for adults, and children age 5 can take a half a capful of this once a day. And that's really important with kids going back to school. And it seems as though they're the super spreader of this COVID that's going around. And that's why a lot of schools are having to shut down. So it's important to boost your immune system. And this Ballet 30 definitely will help boost your immune system. Also, we have the Flare Energy Capsule here. You just take 1 capsule once a day. All the products you just take once a day. The Flare will get you there. Some people find that out soon enough. I won't call any names. But anyway, the Flare has probiotics in it that's gonna help with your digestive system. It's also gonna help regulate your metabolism. Means it's gonna help you to burn fat. It's gonna speed it up. It's gonna help with mental focus and mental clarity. I know we all can use some of that. I made sure that I gave my son some of this when I just dropped him off at college a few weeks ago. I made sure that I stocked him up on this because I want him to do exceptionally well in all his classes. So that's what the Flare is gonna do for you. And the last product that we have is the Capri CBD infused coffee. People that don't like coffee, they love this coffee. It's Colombian cafe extract. It has chaga mushroom in it. I think I told you guys that last week. And if you Google what chaga mushroom is good for, it has a lot of antiviral, antibacterial properties, as well as it's supposed to help fight against cancer cells. So this coffee is really, really good. It's CBD infused, no THC. I repeat, no THC. If you have any pain anywhere, whether that is back pain or fibromyalgia pain or migraine headache pain, this coffee is gonna help relieve all of that. It's also gonna help relax you. If you're on a lot of stress or anxiety, it's gonna bring your calmness back, help you to relax. That's what this coffee does for you. So you might wanna try some of this amazing coffee. These products are all natural, like I said. and plant-based. And I'm looking for anyone that's interested in earning an extra stream of income age 18 and above. This company is amazing. I mean, I just love it. I'm very passionate about helping people. And I know these products have helped so many people, and they continue to help people for the ones that are really willing to tap in and try these amazing products. And that's it, guys.
Thank you, Stacey. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Stacey and the Tava Lifestyle products at this time? All righty. Oh, Tish, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay, we will move on. Let's see, Sarah Lopez, that we have missed for a while. We're anxious to hear all of your updates and check in with you. Are you ready to share yourself and your business?
Sure, always ready. I am currently in the Sevierville, Tennessee area. So for anybody that doesn't know, we have, recently in July, we decided to relocate for a while by our son. So we've been enjoying dinners and celebrations with him and his family. One drawback is that he is so far up the mountain that we cannot get internet service. So that has limited my availability to be on some of my usual networking events. So I do apologize for that, but I'm going to try to make it in and get some more businesses where I can network and get that internet that I need. So with that being said, happy to be here. And my business is Biz in the Bag Marketing and More. And we actually have a couple different divisions now that it's fall and we're going into the fall and Christmas events. Part of the business is advertising, and we absolutely love to advertise small businesses at events that you cannot attend. So if you give your advertising materials to us, we put them in goodie bags and then send them out to events all across the U.S. And then also, for those who may not know, is I am a certified independent Facebook trainer. And I've been holding classes here in Tennessee in person. So that has been like way fun. But I always offer the online courses as well. So anybody that wants to jump in and learn how to use Facebook effectively, don't waste your time. Let me know. I have classes that run continuously back to back. So there's always something going on.
Good deal. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. Do you mind sharing your prices for attending your classes or being a contributor to the Biz in the Bag?
Mm-hmm. It's I always keep them so that small businesses, it doesn't put a real bite into your pocketbook. So Biz in the Bag, we have some wonderful corporate sponsorship. So I'm able to offer small businesses the rate of $30 per 100, which usually covers, one event. And that stays the same. It doesn't matter, who you are or how big or how small your business is. The rates for everybody. And if you want to take a Facebook class, I have the little mini classes, and they start at I think 20, 27, thereabouts. Kind of depends on the class. And they go up, it depends on if it's an hour, a day, a week. And I even have monthly courses that are continuing education type. And those run about $97 a month.
Great. Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Sarah at this time? Concerning Biz in the Bag or her Facebook training classes?
On the Biz in the Bag, do you have any events for animals? related?
We do. We usually do 3 or 4 of those a year, kind of depending, especially this year, some events have canceled and went ahead and postponed for next year. So the answer is yes. I don't currently have any on the book. We had one that was coming up, I think in November on the coast. But I do believe that they were talking about canceling. So I haven't heard anything from them. So I'm assuming it's a reschedule. But yeah, I can definitely let you know. I can put you on with like pet events.
Yeah, please. Why don't you?
Okay. Absolutely.
Awesome. Anybody else have any questions for Sarah? All righty, we will move along. And Nancy, you're just speaking, so you're in my head. Nancy Vesley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, I'm Nancy Vesley with IHC Specialty Benefits. Insurance for Medicare for when it opens up in October. So I'm looking to connect with seniors who have not reviewed their insurance or their health insurance policy that they currently are on with anybody, that it would be worth some time to just talk to someone to review what other options are out there, just to make sure that they are on the most efficient one that meets their needs. Because they always tweak those on the medicines or the doctors. And it's good to know what to expect next year, because we can enter it into the computer and see where your donut hole happens or doesn't happen till, so you have some warning. I know before it was just, you were surprised one day, you're paying a lot, and then, oh, look, my prescriptions are all low now. It's like, well, yeah, but you paid a whole bunch earlier. But Nancy Vesley with IHC Specialty Benefits.
Thank you, Nancy. I want to ask a question. I've been hearing a whole lot lately as far as employee health insurance offered by various corporate entities, that they are interested in carving out coverage for those who are non-vaccinated, or charging more for, I guess, to help cover their some of their costs or expenses associated with employee health insurance when their employees contract COVID. Is there anything like that going on with the Medicare, the Medicaid, what they're considering pricing wise or coverage wise for COVID coverage?
I'm not aware of anything happening, and I'd question if it would be legal that you could segregate a group of them without the shot. It doesn't, and I mean, I could be wrong. I'm sure there's some companies that are going to try to do it, but I've not heard of any issues with if you have the shot or if you don't have the shot.
Okay.
I'll keep my ears open though. That's a good question, because if you're hearing it, it's out there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Anybody else have any questions, health or life insurance related for Nancy Vesley?
Yes, Nancy, can you tell them what the donut hole that you just referred to? I don't know if everybody would know that. I think that's, somebody might walk away and say, what's the donut hole?
With Medicare, there's the amount you pay for your prescriptions. There's like 3 levels. And in the past, that donut, if you have a senior that's been on Medicare for a while, they're aware of the donut hole, because it's when they get through it and they're into the other side of it that the prescriptions are a lot more affordable. But when they're in the donut hole, they're paying a lot of money for prescriptions. They fill it up because there's like 3 levels of before you get to like catastrophic coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Case, depending on how many prescriptions people have.
Okay.
And I noticed that they're getting at least United Healthcare sending a monthly recap of where they are in their coverage.
In the donut.
Which I thought was really pretty confusing. And I mean, it's just page after page of stuff, but it's nice to see where they are.
So basically you pay a bunch of money, and once you reach that, you fall into the donut hole, or you fall. Isn't that kind of what it means? Kind of?
Yeah, you're out of it. The donut hole is where you have to contribute so much.
Okay.
And then once you're out of the donut hole, then it's a lot easier.
Right. And the people on this call more than likely are not in that, but are not affected by it. But if you hear somebody talking about the donut hole, it is not a pleasant thing. A donut hole would be normally yummy, but not in this case.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You have to reach a deductible, like with insurance. Once you reach that deductible, then you kind of, your balance. Right. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds more like the black hole.
So it kind of equates it when you take, because I did it this year and I regret it. When you take that high deductible for health insurance and you have to pay that awesome amounts like I just paid in Myers for your prescription, and then once you hit that cap, then it goes down to normal people prices. Right now I'm paying astronomical prices for my medicine, and I'll never do the high deductible again.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. But you're right. It's the black hole. It's the black hole.
Thank you, Nancy. Do we have any other health insurance, life insurance related questions?
Well, I just have one more for that. If they started out in one category, like with the high deductible, let's say, and they realized midway they didn't want, can you switch it, or you have to wait until the next enrollment, or can you switch it during any time you want?
Right, you would sign up for your plan from October to December, and then you've got January through the end of March that if you wanted to jump ship and try a different plan, you can try one other plan during that period. But then you're living with it for the full year.
For the full year after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you so much, Nancy. Let's see. Pauline, Ray, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Of course, of course. I apologize for being late. I sent everybody a picture. That line in Myers was ridiculous. But anyway, my name is Pauline Ray. I am the proud owner of Wedding Stationery by PSR Designs and PSR Designs of Indiana. One website, 2 different things, well, 2 different options for you to take. If you're looking for a custom greeting card, I'm your person. Yeah, you can stand in the line at Walmart and Walgreens and CVS and look at the beautiful, and I'm not throwing shade to Hallmark or American Greeting, but their cards are beautiful. But do they say what you really want them to say? If they don't, this is where you come to me and we work together and I create a card exactly the way you like it. I want to do a shameless plug. This is one card that I created and it says, you want to know why today is so special? Because it's your birthday. Happy birthday. So, I mean, it's a simple little card, but the twist in it, I made this for a 10-year-old. This, I'm going to try to hold it without dropping it. This is a puzzle. So, and I'll show you. Now, you see it's a puzzle because I just dropped all the pieces. But we can work together where we can take the template that I just pull some images out, create it. Or if you're a special person, likes special items, like Dion made a card for Dion's husband one year, and he had a special character that he liked. So we can make that into a puzzle. The smallest a puzzle will go is a 4x4 up to a 32x32. Now imagine that being a puzzle. And it's different shapes on the puzzle. On the wedding stationery by PSR Designs, it's just that. It's the wedding stationery ranging from your save the dates all the way to your day of signage. So in between there, we have your save the dates, your wedding invitations, your RSVPs, your menu cards, your escort cards, your place cards, your day of signs, your thank you cards, because you should say thank you for, the people that attend your weddings. But all in a nutshell, I am PSR Designs of Indiana.com. PSR Designs of Indiana and Wedding Stationery by PSR Designs under one umbrella, PSRDesigns.com.
Got it all?
Got it all. Got it all.
Thank you so much, Pauline. So really 2 in 1, that's awesome. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Pauline?
She froze.
I froze?
Me too.
I thought it was
You
me there
froze.
for a second.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yep, I got the message. Your internet connection is unstable. Well, at least it's not telling me that I'm unstable. Okay.
Well, that's a question. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that out loud. I'm sorry. I said that. I meant to think that. I said it.
And that was not your inside voice.
No, it was.
Oh, it's a good thing we're all good friends. See?
I'm sorry. Don't mean to do
Okay.
that. I just did that.
I just want to open the floor if anybody has any questions at all for Pauline for her wedding stationery business side or her PSR Designs that does her paper goods and all wonderful things like that puzzle.
Is the regular side, is when you make the cards, is everything on that side puzzles, or you can make anything?
Anything.
Oh, okay.
Anything. So if you have a picture of, I'm gonna throw Snoopy out there. If you have a picture of Snoopy, or either I can get a picture of Snoopy and we can cut Snoopy into, I'm gonna hold this up, jigsaw size puzzle pieces. There are also pieces that are geometrically challenging because it took me like 30 minutes to put together one, and I'm like, that's not good. But we can go from a small 4x4 to up, I think it's 32x32. And when I cut them, it comes in a little, I also cut a case for it. So it's not like you have puzzle pieces just flying out everywhere. There's a case that goes with it.
Okay.
And I love challenges. I just love them. And quite a few of my family members here on this call have challenged me on certain things. Shelly, Dion, Dawn.
Yes, get prepared for Christmas. I'm coming back.
Bring it.
Nah.
No, but honestly, I like doing things that are different. And if it's a challenge, it takes me to a whole nother thought process.
Okay. My quick question, well, maybe quick for you, is the pricing for the puzzle sizes on your website for the various?
No, ma'am. And this is where I have not, I'll be honest with you guys, it's so much on the greeting card side and the wedding side, I have not published yet, because I'm gonna have to go revamp the website. It's a lot of things by the grace of God, which I'm proud of, that are going on that I'm scrolling for a while. So I'm gonna have to go through and revamp the website.
Okay, so
but you can always, you can ask me and I would definitely give you a price, not a made up price. I'll give you a real price and we can go from there.
Awesome, wonderful. You know, I'm thinking how wonderful it would be to recommend for, you know, my genealogy nonprofit when I'm encouraging people to do their family reunions and they do something like the meet and greet, the welcome bag, that would be a wonderful goodie. If you could take a family portrait or picture or the elders or ancestors and make that into a puzzle.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. And you know what, since you came up with that idea, if you don't mind being a guinea pig.
Oh, I don't mind at all.
Okay, let's make it happen. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Pauline.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, Miss Tish Cole Collins, I know you are our visiting guest. I think that you've now got an idea of the introduction, so I want to give you an opportunity to share with us a little bit about yourself and your companies. By the way, Tish is my niece, you guys. And I just happen to know that she is a go-getter and has been hard at work for her whole adult life. And I've been inviting her for a while. I am so happy to see her on tonight. So welcome, Tish.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yes, you have been inviting me here. And with my load, it's been so crazy. I'm like, why is it always on a Tuesday that something comes up? But I know I'm supposed to get on that call. But today was the right day. So I am based out of Atlanta. I have several businesses actually, but my two bigger businesses right now are my trucking company, and I haul everything and it goes across states. So I can do household goods and furniture, but I also really just haul anything. We get on load boards and whatever companies need hauled, that's what happens. I just got a contract with Ashley Furniture, so I'll be doing something locally for them here. So that's my trucking business in a nutshell. I do have one of my drivers that's based in Indiana, so he typically leaves from Indiana and goes other places. Let's see. Oh, my Airbnb is my new baby. So I have an Airbnb here in Atlanta. So any of you guys coming to visit, please look me up. I will put the link in the chat room. It's themed right now. It's geared more towards women because everything is, it just looks like a woman. I just wanted a theme for a woman, but I do swap it out if men come or kids come. So I have decor to change it out and give it a manly theme. Or if you just want to come, you know, as a couple and you don't want it so girly, I can switch everything out for you. So that's no problem. And let's see, besides those two things, like I said, which are my big babies right now, so I have a juice that I make, a juice and an oil. So the oil is for hair and skin. That's utilized across my family. Everybody uses it. They fell in love with it, so everybody uses it. It takes away any eczema, helps with stretch marks, just dry skin. I never use lotion. I don't use any high-end products. I just use my oil and that's it. A lady today at the doctor's office, that's what she said. She was like, I didn't know that was your age. She was like, how old are you? She was like, what do you put on your skin? And I told her. So that's all I use. I don't, and it works well with perfume because it doesn't stay. It makes your perfume last longer because everything's an oil. So it's oil based. So your perfume will last longer, but it does not interfere with the smell of your perfume or cologne. And it's great for your scalp. The juice is pretty much everything. The prior speaker, I think her name was Stacey, who sells the wellness stuff. It's pretty much everything her stuff does, but in one juice. And mine is definitely all natural. It doesn't have any preservatives or anything, so it has to stay refrigerated. So it's basically one juice. You don't have to drink but a capful a day. So 1 8-ounce can last you a week if you really, you know, want to. But it's good for just everything. Gosh, migraines, COVID. I haven't been sick, thank God. I don't have the vaccine, but I drink my juice every day. My mom had cancer and I had her on the juice, and that's kind of what prompted me to making it. I kept trying to look for natural remedies for her, and I just started playing with different things, and that had seemed to work very well and giving her her energy back and just keeping her pretty much well all around. And so then I started dabbling with it myself and drinking it every day to see if I was, and I just haven't had a cold or anything like that lately. So, well, since I've been making it, so the last, roughly 4 years. And I've had a few people who know I make it. Every time they have caught COVID or came over, I've had to drop the juice and their symptoms were down tremendously, and it shortened it. So I can say it speaks for itself. That juice speaks for itself. It's a wonderful thing. It tastes great. Anybody can use it if you're diabetic, because I don't put any sugar or anything in it, but it's made with all natural ingredients. Fresh elderberry, soursop, moringa, turmeric. It has it all in one thing. That's what makes it so potent, I guess, because everything from A to Z, you name it, is pretty much packed in there. And it's all, like I said, fresh. I get my soursop leaves flown in from a friend in Belize. So she makes sure I get my leaves nice and fresh. My moringa too. Everything comes pretty much fresh. So I keep it here and I make it, and it tastes good. You know, most healthy stuff tastes bad, but it actually tastes really good. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But yeah, I'm an all around entrepreneur. I just try to get the money. Yeah. The juice and my oil, I don't really promote as much unless people ask about it or we strike up a conversation. Like I said, the lady asked me at the doctor about my skin. I don't promote it as much because I know people are like, for a minute, they'll be on a wellness kick and bandwagon, and then they'll kind of fall off. And I was mostly promoting my things that make me the most money on a continuous basis, which is the truck and the Airbnb. I know people like to have fun and spend money on fun things versus on what I say is needed, and I wish that would change, but it has not. So I mean, it's there if you need it. If you want to try it, you guys can always contact me for any of those things.
Thank you, Tish.
Welcome. If you have any questions about any of the products, feel free to ask away and let me know.
Does anyone have any questions about the truck transportation or the Airbnb, which definitely I want to talk to you about that.
Sure.
Anything for Tish? Any questions?
What is elderberry supposed to be good for? I've seen it in stores, but I've never.
So elderberry is really good, especially when you have a cold. It's for mucus and congestion. Mainly those are the two needs that it has, but it does a lot more than that. But those are mostly your two that it works for.
All righty. Thank you. Jennifer Johnson, I have not forgotten you. I certainly want you to have an opportunity to share, because I know there's lots of exciting stuff going on with you and with TTR Networking. So are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yeah, you would think, though, being the one who came up with all these themes, you would think that I would know what I'm doing, right? But I don't. So I was trying to think, and I know Bryn just got off the phone, but I would just plug that she is going to do a TTR Presents for us, and she's going to talk about, I just am impressed with her. Tonight she did a little bit different thing, but she always kind of clues in on one thing that she does instead of, she just tries to get people, because she's talked about farmers markets or whatever, and it's stuff that nobody knows about, wouldn't know unless she tells them. So, it's kind of that 60-second elevator pitch when you have that opportunity. What is the quickest thing you can say to grab somebody's attention, and you guys got so many things you can do and share. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh gosh, what do I have? But I will say that for Tish, and I guess everybody else knows that, but we are working, well, maybe you don't know this. We are working on some marketing things, and I'm not even going to do my 60-second. I'm just saying, I sent out a survey to all of our members. I think Pauline was the very first one to do it. I think she sent it in, or she was one of the first. I should have had a prize, because then I could have given Pauline a prize, but I didn't have a prize. But we are doing a bunch of marketing. And so any member that's current should have gotten, anybody who's a current member should have gotten a survey from SurveyMonkey, which I was trying to figure out what am I going to use, but it's very specific questions, but it's anonymous. So please check if you don't have it, or if you've already sent it, don't worry. It's not that I'm saying you didn't send it. We actually did pretty well we had like 23 out of 97 or 98 people that have already sent it back. So I'm hoping that we'll get, by Friday, we'd like to get that. So we are working on just trying to figure out the marketing for TTR networking, and why people come to it and what they get out of it. And, there's a variety of reasons, but we're trying to figure out as we go forward. So, so that's one thing we're doing. Your input is very important. Like I said, sorry, I kind of left that. Bryn is doing a TTR Presents on Monday, the 27th at 4 p.m. on Zoom. And it's going to be all about really just, zeroing in on how do you get your prospects' attention in that elevator pitch, that kind of thing. We're working with Bryn to get some of that nailed down a little bit. We do it on Zoom, and anybody, it's free. Join us, please. We're doing at least one, if not two, TTR Presents every month. So let me think, what else was, I know I totally went outside the box here, Dawn. What am I supposed to be telling?
You are completely allowed, Jennifer. So you've given us some of the updates that are going on in TTR networking.
Yeah.
There's going to be a rollout for the new, or the new and improved site.
Right. And as always, I will just tell you, as always, every time you think that now there's nothing that's gone wrong, we actually were made aware. We have, for those who are members, we have, it's kind of limited. There's very little that you can do. The new stuff that we're bringing to the website will actually allow you to go in and update your own profile and add pictures and that, just do your own thing. It's a membership site. And we were working on that. And then we were made aware of another opportunity to add something else that I think will help all of us. And since COVID, we have not been really good about keeping track of referrals. Now, I'm not saying that Dawn doesn't know what she's doing and she's not doing it. I'm saying across the board, we just don't have any tools out there to do. And we are working with this really great software. Anyway, so the rollout now has been kind of delayed a little because I feel and we know that we have the makings of a very comprehensive online website program, whatever you want to call it, for everybody, with very little asked of the member. But you'll be able to go in and not only update your profile, that kind of thing, but there will actually also be an area where you can go in and communicate with each other. Now, I know you guys have a group text, and I think that Dawn does a group me. You don't do group me, do you? You just do a group text, right?
Now
Dawn?
We're doing group text. We previously did group me, but since we've grown and changed, okay. Yeah, we're generally on a group text.
Yeah, so there's just, we used to keep track, and I'm sure that probably Pauline and anybody who's been around, well, Nancy has been around a couple times, but anyway, Nancy might remember we had the 3-ply referral slips that we were using, and those work great if you're getting together in person. But when you're not, it is, when we've moved to the online space, basically our whole goal was to be as connected to people as possible. We didn't really go out. We had to go out and get online. We didn't really have, oh, there's this software and this software we can use and this. There might have been some options, but we were pretty much like within a week or two, we were all online. I mean, that was, if you were around a year and a half ago, you might remember that. But anyway, so now we're trying to make sure that we take a few minutes and really look at what the options are. But I just would promise you that it's going to be between the two different things. You might not even know there's two different things, because we're hoping that it'll be very seamless, that you won't even know that. You'll just know what's available as a member. Now you can do this, now you can do that, whether, whatever it's coming from. But anyway, so that's exciting. We thought the rollout was going to be, actually originally it was supposed to be last week. And then we moved it, thought it was going to be today. And really that would have been probably a total disaster, because I know people the day after a holiday probably would have completely forgot. I would have completely forgot. So we're expecting in the next few weeks, we will, I promise, we will have this stuff out. And there's a lot of great things. You guys are already, we've got somebody from Atlanta on this call. We've got somebody from Tennessee. I mean, that's what I hope will be the future of what we're doing, that we'll be able to connect to anybody who wants to jump on, which right now they can, but it's just getting the word out to them. I mean, Dawn has invited Shelly and now Tish and we've got Sarah and, all these things. So, but we're actually, once we have those two things in line, I don't want to confuse you and have you thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to ask us to learn two new things. No, it's not a big deal, but we're going to actually go out on Facebook and some other social media platforms, different things. We're going to literally be paying a couple months at least just to see what we can do to attract more people. I know that you're never going to get very far if you don't do it for more than that. So I'm not going to commit to, a year, but we're thinking we're going to see what we can do in a few months. But anyway, that will be happening. So hang in there with us, because I think there's a lot of really exciting opportunities, and really the majority. Yes, I know that Nancy and Bryn, and maybe we have a few, well, Natasha is limited as to whether she could, she's pretty much Indiana, but, our goal is to be able to help everybody in some way. So anyway, I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that gets you encouraged. I just can't give you a date, but the date, what we're talking about though, is to have a time for all of us to go on a Zoom call and then be shown, get to see and then you'll be able to go in and actually log into your own account, set up what you wanted, and some people may not want to do anything, and others may have things every week that they want to update. And that's okay, because that's what we want it to be, much more interactive. The way it's been fine. But now as we grow and get more and more people involved, I don't want us to be stuck by, that ancient way of doing it. So anyway.
Awesome.
I'm anxious to see. Yes. Thank you for asking.
Question for you on the new website.
What? I'm sorry.
Question for you on the new website that's active right now.
Yes.
You can't log into the different meetings off of it?
No, you can't.
So how do we publish?
If you go on the website right now, it's in a limbo kind of state. So you can't do anything that's what we're going to, have you been on there, Nancy,
that's the way I normally come in off the website, and it was the new website. And it was like, that's why I couldn't even get in.
Oh, okay. So well, and that shouldn't have changed that, because if you were coming off of a link that Dawn might have had published, correct, Dawn? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was off of the TTR networking, where you hit collaborating connections and then you got the Zoom link that you go to. That's the way I used to do it.
Okay. Well, it could be because the website has been being in limbo. Maybe it screwed up some of the things that were already there. That's good to know. I'm sorry that you had that happen. I will send that to Diana and ask her if that would be, since that isn't really an area that should have been affected. That's why I'm thinking this through as I'm saying it. I don't know that she did anything, but if it's in limbo mode, like we had a lady last week, Nancy, no, 2 weeks ago, the night we were at the Taste of the Chamber. I don't have many people actually just go on the website and then call me. Usually they email or something. She calls me. And of course it's the night when the website is just been kind of in limbo that day because we were testing it and this lady finds it. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I don't think anything was working. It was all whopper jawed. So Nancy, your thing, I will message Diana and just ask her if that would happen. Would that, make anything not work that had previously worked? Because there shouldn't have been a change to that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, Jennifer, because I know the links that were on the website, I thought that at one time those were going to be discontinued because the preference would be if a visitor were on the website that they couldn't just click into the Zoom call with that information. Right. They would have had to have touched base with yourself or myself and make sure that their business isn't in competition with somebody else in the group, etc.
Yeah.
So
that is the preferred way. I don't think if you go to every group that those are out there. I think you're probably one of the few that has it, but maybe there are others, because I would much rather see everybody's, I'm not trying to excuse it, but right now I'm even afraid to put anything out there because it changes almost every day. You know what I mean? Almost every day I'm getting, well, we're going to do Zoom now. Oh no, we're going to do Skype next week. Oh, we're going to start meeting in person. And then once, so it's been kind of, wow. But Nancy, I am going to check with Diana on that. The goal would be for our industry exclusive groups like this one. I don't want just anybody to be able to jump on. I really don't. I would rather exactly what you said, Dawn. Call me or contact you or whatever, but not be able to, because we just don't know who's going to jump on.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer, who's okay, you got over into my full-time job realm now. Who's testing your website before you even fully launch it? Because you need a group of people to try their best to break it. I mean, if somebody has availability, that would be great before you fully launch it.
Right. We're not launching it yet. This has been, like I said, Pauline, I'm in your realm now. I'm going to feel really stupid as I'm saying this. We did beta testing a couple weeks ago because we were going to do it. We were going to basically go. If everything worked, then it was going to be turned on and we would explain it to everybody. And then I was made aware of this other software thing that could be integrated as well. So Diana Cudmore is with DC Business Solutions. She's in the North Side group. So she's been doing it, but what you're saying, exactly what she did. We had a beta test group. Then we were ready to, we thought, but then I was made aware of this other thing. So now the website's been kind of in limbo. Now, the only thing it's in limbo, meaning there's really nothing you can do except for what Nancy said, where you can probably click on a link and it takes you. That's the only thing. You can't go in. You have to do it through the website where you put, you put your personal profile, you put all that stuff. That does not instantaneously appear on the website. Now we're going to actually have it where people can log into their own account. They can go in and they can pay. They can do all that stuff. So we're not going crazy trying to track people down or, those kind of things. Because when we were doing, I don't know if hopefully I'm answering the question, Pauline. When we were talking, we did the bylaws last summer, not this summer, but a summer ago. the attorney that I worked with said, you need to have a paywall. You don't need, you know, you need to have some way of keeping, well, at that point, you know, I mean, it's still kind of the archaic way. I'm sending people to Lisa or, you know, sending stuff. And it took us a year to get to the point of being able to say, okay, now we're ready to do the paywall. How do we do it? And so anyway, I hope I answered your questions. There's really nothing that can break or anything the way it's set up right now. We're still trying to just make sure we've done our due diligence before. So this girl that was trying to sign up happened to sign up this one day that it shouldn't have been, but it was that one day. So I think everything has been turned off. But when Nancy was talking about the Zoom being an issue, then I'm thinking, okay, how could that have been affected by us adding this other thing?
And that's how, when you launch the software, you always do a pilot first and just let it run its course for like 30, 60, 90 days. And then you introduce something, because with the plan A still being new, you're introducing plan B, and plan A and B may not integrate together well at all.
Well, and see, that's not my department. So that is Diana's, but I'm going to go back to her and I'll make sure that Diana is DC Business Solutions. So she works on websites, does that kind of thing. She had a blog for 2 years that she did her own blog for 2 years, and that's how she made money. That was her. So she does know. I'm not depending on my wisdom, believe me. So I will take back what you've said. But like I said, she's at a disadvantage to a degree, because I literally said, oh, this other software, it's actually a web app. It's not, I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, so nobody
without going into it all.
Yeah.
I hope everybody anticipates that a new and improved website is on the horizon. And we will talk about the enhancements when Jennifer identifies the rollout date and time. It'll be via Zoom call, much like I think we did the Open in Indiana or Inspire Indiana type of training and discussion. So we'll look forward to that.
Thank you for stopping me. I could have kept talking.
No problem. I'm going to do my introduction, and then we'll go into making sure that we have some time to talk about the 60-second elevator pitch. But my name is Dawn Evans Casey, and my company is Spa Travel. And I'm just wondering, you know, do you ever dream about travel? And do you wonder how to do it safely and affordably, getting all of the wonderful things and having all the wonderful insight, but without spending hours and hours scouring the internet? So that's where I come in. I am a certified travel agent and happy to assist you with your travel needs. So if you have an idea of where you want to go, what you want to do, I'm happy to sit down and talk with you, find out what all your likes and dislikes and desires are, and to customize a travel package, a vacation package that fits your budget, fits your liking, and hopefully will end up being a memorable and enjoyable overall travel experience. I traveled for years and years in corporate America, and now I get to do it as part of my my business. And I want to help people enjoy themselves and have an easy time of doing the planning and booking. So with my contacts of travel vendors around the world, thousands of them, regardless of its hotels or all-inclusive resorts, car rentals, excursion and tours, cruises, destination rail, just about anything that you can think of. I'm happy to help. So if you are looking forward to putting together some travel for just yourself or with a group or your family, please feel free to reach out and contact me. My contact information is in the chat box. Additionally, if you know of anybody who's interested in getting into the travel industry, I would love to talk to them. There are still plenty of opportunities, an abundance of opportunity out there for those who are interested in becoming a certified travel agent and developing a home-based travel business. So I would love to have you on my team, would love to have them on my team. Please feel free to refer Dawn Evans Casey, Spa Travel. Yeah, does anyone have any travel related questions that I might be able to assist with? All righty. We will move on. I mentioned at the top of the call that our theme was all about the 60-second elevator pitch. And everybody's got, I think, a different idea of what that is exactly. What is that elevator pitch? So the thought behind it is, if you only had 60 seconds to win someone over, you know, how would you do it? Enter an elevator, quick fire, a 20-second spiel on what it is that you do and what you have to offer that individual. What's going to catch their attention? What's going to get them to think about and equate you and a product or service that they may want or need? That's what the 60-second elevator pitch is about. It's not about being able to rattle off everything that you do. It's not about being able to give them a wonderful holistic story about you in the business that you work in. It's all about making a connection with the listener and making sure that they focus their attention, their mind on what you're saying, what you're offering, and make some type of a connection with who you are and what they may want or desire. So with that being said, and looking at the group of individuals that we still have here on the call, I just want to make a quick kind of survey and say, does everybody have that 60-second elevator pitch that they've memorized or that they utilize in a brief encounter with a potential client or customer? Is it memorized, or is it something more off the cuff that you kind of develop based upon your quick assessment of who that individual that you're trying to connect with is?
Okay, Dawn, I have to tell you, when I was doing my vendor event, I thought of you, because we did this before, and somebody was walking by, hey, you know, have you seen Color Street before? And they're like, no, what is it? I was like, 60-second elevator pitch. And I went into it, and depending on what kind of, like, her eyes lit up or something, then I would kind of expand on that. But for the most part, I stayed to the same kind of script. But as I was saying it, I was like, Dawn would be proud of me. So I do kind of shift it, you know, just depending on the person.
Good. And I think that that's great, because you wouldn't want someone to think that you are constantly giving them a canned spiel that you would give to absolutely anybody that walked by. In order to catch someone's attention, you do have to kind of personalize it based upon, you know, what you see, the physical cues that you get from their expressions and their responses. So I'm so excited to hear that, Dion. Wonderful. Anybody else?
I agree with Dion. Mine is definitely off the cuff, because a lot of my pitches come through the bridal events. And like you said, if you catch that couple or that person's attention, and you can tell when they're losing interest because they start drifting off, it's like it's time to shut it down.
Yep. Well, how do you shut it down? Do you leave them with something to think about? Or do you just give up?
No, I don't give up. It's just the fact I'll tell them, well, if you're interested in my services, here's my call. But remember when we talked about Hi Hello may have been last month? That was a hit in the last bridal show that I did.
Awesome.
It was a hit because I did one for the wedding stationery side and one for the greeting card side, and it's been amazing outcome.
Good deal.
Yes.
Good deal. Nancy, Jennifer, anything?
Sorry, I'm on mute. Sorry. I basically would say that you guys have not heard me do a very good elevator pitch for a long time. But what I used to sing my elevator pitch, and
wow.
Yeah, but I don't really do that. I've had some different people along the way say, oh, that can be taken the wrong way or something. They think you're a total fruitcake. Okay, well, maybe I am a little fruity, but it's the way it is. And it is part of what I want people to know they can be a little fruity, but still be professional and still bring their own personality to it. If that's part of my message is you don't telling something that maybe isn't a lot of fun. You could, you bring your own personality to it and do that. So I guess what I'm saying is I've had elevator pitches that I've used and I've kind of updated it every time, I just don't seem to do a real good job of that. But then again, usually when I'm in a group right now, it's usually because I'm there to share what we're doing, so I'm not typically in your shoes. But I think Dawn said a really good thing. I was listening to a podcast this morning. I think you said something, Dawn, when you were talking, saying they need to be able to connect with you. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think if it could be, there's some things that a couple groups were talking about last week, but the idea of that connection, if you can, Pauline does a great job when she, showing the cards she's done, the puzzle pieces, and talking about different people that then Stacey was talking about her son going off to school and these are the things, if you're just being you're all doing great things. But I'm just saying, if you're really, if you can connect with somebody, even in a very, very short, very, very short little way like that, they can connect. Then they can say, oh, so she really is real, or he really is real. And then they can see what you've done or how you have, taken it and you're making it, you've solved the problem for somebody else or for yourself. Then they say, well, maybe that could work for me. Why wouldn't I do that? So I think that's a big deal. We also have some people, like there's a realtor in another group that always says, I open doors for people. That is her, 10-second elevator pitch, literally. Now, if somebody wants to know more, they can continue the conversation. One more that I'll say, there was a guy, I used to do a lot more music in the wedding industry. Pauline, you might have met this guy, but he does bachelor parties and stuff. And he's somewhere on the east side, west side, I don't know, but he has go-karts, and it's like I'm sure his business really has been suffering during the COVID thing, but his little pitch was, I sell speed. So it was like, you know, who's not going to listen to that and get a little intrigued by, oh, he sells speed, you know? So, I mean, because you just want them to get, so you can either like, you know, rah, you know, this is what I had the same problem as you, or I had this problem, this is what I did, or, you know, get them curious, like, you know, what are you talking about? Let's go sit down, have coffee. I want to know more, that kind of thing. But I know it's 7:30, so I'll quit talking.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer. Nancy, I'm gonna open it up to you because I want to hear your contribution on the 60-second elevator pitch before we go.
Again, I haven't been out and about all that much, so I'm mostly doing online stuff. But I know I started doing educational sessions at CVS for shifts to get into the Medicare people, to get to those people. And just the energy that you greet them with, I think is really contagious, and it brings them to you. You know, we started out with, hi, welcome to CVS. And then at the end, it was like I was getting more energized because someone else came in with me and he was just like over the top, and I picked up on his energy, and you get a lot more response. Hello, welcome to CVS. And as long as you don't say, hello, welcome to Walmart, and mess the whole thing up, you're good. Which kept happening because it was like, go ahead. But I mean, it's the energy you bring so that they come and they want to talk to you is what you're going for. You're going for the relationship. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm not even getting into an elevator speech yet. I'm just letting them know who I am, and I'm there. Confused where I am, but I'm there.
Awesome. See, just like Jennifer mentioned, I think some of that quirkiness, that, you know, that kind of, wow, that's different style is what catches people's attention, is what makes us memorable. And if it's authentic and genuine, I don't think that we should hesitate to share us, you know, when we are attempting to do this pitch and to leave something memorable with that potential customer or client. So thank you for saying that, Nancy. As our time is 7:34, I'm going to wrap it up. I did have some additional information about the 60-second elevator pitch, and I'm going to put that in an email and send that out to everybody who's on the call today. So what I hope is that everybody takes a look at that information. If you find one golden nugget in there, one piece of something that you can utilize to enhance, improve, or that inspires you to go out and give that pitch more, then I want to encourage you to do that as homework over this next week. And then let's talk about that next Tuesday when we get together again, because we'll be doing the 60-second elevator pitch all month of September. I hope that everyone had a wonderful holiday, that you all have a wonderful week going forward. September 11th is coming up, and I'm just going to say, you know, let's never forget. Keep in mind the lives that were lost. Keep in mind the peace and prosperity that we all desire for ourselves, our families, our neighbors, this whole country. And I will look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.